This was a week that I took back in May where I just practiced stomach vacuums. I did it every single day and I would go for a max length set a couple times a day. As you can see, I'm probably around 180, maybe 175, and that's probably like 12% body fat. What I want to demonstrate with this illustration is that my abs are not symmetrical. My midsection's not really like symmetrical, proportional. Some abs are larger, some are like higher up. The top two are kind of like merged together. There's not really any separation between them. Same goes for the bottom two. And ideally there's like 8 abs and there's like fine lines in between, and they're all like on a grid, but mine aren't like that. I have like a 6 pack, but it's like the bottom 2 abs are one, and then the top 2 abs, are one as well because there's no separation. And it is what it is. I've kind of gotten it over at this point. This video is about the stomach vacuum because it's helped me actually get over this issue of like seeing myself, body dysmorphia. Like, I don't like the way my midsection looks. I think it looks weird. Like whatever I was thinking back then, it was probably a lot more negative, a lot more hateful than that. Either way, just check this out. This is day one. I did this for 7 days, and it takes a little while for muscle memory to kick in. The first day, the vacuums aren't great. The second day, they get a little better. And you'll just see as I progress, they get better and better. The way you want to perform a stomach vacuum is you either sit down or you stand up. You want to usually do this in the morning when you're fasted, when you don't have food in your stomach or in your system, or after you go to the bathroom even. And you want to breathe in fully so your body is full of oxygen, and you want to breathe out fully so you don't have any oxygen in your lungs, in your abdomen. And then you want to suck in your belly. And usually you want to stand up straight while you're doing this. So you'll see I'm even bringing my hands over my head. Just a proper technique, trying to straighten out that spine, get that stomach vacuum to suction my belly button straight to my spine. Like suck that belly button as far back as I can. Imagine it even going back through my spine. Just as much vacuum as I can get. It's not that easy. I'll say that. I'll say that. It's not that easy. It's a skill. You have to work on it. You can level it up though. And it takes some time. I'll also say, click that link below to work one-on-one with me. I can help you lose 25 pounds in just 75 days. That's the current program I'm running. And I'll even say this, limited time offer. The very next client that I get, I'll give them the program half off. I'll give you my phone number so you could call me, text me, ask me any questions you have. You get your own personalized fitness program and, one-on-one contact with me. So I answer any questions you got. It's kind of a sick deal. Check out that link below if you're looking to lose weight. Back to the stomach vacuums. You want to have good posture while doing these. You want to have a straight up and down back. And, if you have to, sit up against a wall, even. I just try to stand straight, and I even kind of push my hands into my legs. I want to imagine a straight back and even like some tension, because the vacuum is powerful. It does create some force. There is some tension there. And so I remember Alex Eubank talking about this. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He's got some pretty good videos on stomach vacuums. He's got a really good stomach vacuum for someone who's in their early 20s. Most people don't practice this skill. It's very rare to see someone at such a young age actually have a really impressive stomach vacuum. Also, the Hungarian experiment, he has a really great video on stomach vacuums from a few years ago. I've been practicing these kind of on and off. So mine aren't the best, but they do really get better much faster than you'd expect. Straight posture, just sucking in as much as possible. And the reason for stomach vacuums is because they give you control of your abdominal section, your midsection, your abs. You're using the muscles when you perform the stomach vacuum. When you actually use your diaphragm, that's a big muscle. When you suck up your abs, that's also using muscles. Like it is a way of training these abs that don't get trained or stretched in this way under normal circumstances. And I think that's really cool. As you can see, the shadow has gotten pretty big under my rib cage at this point, and very soon I will be performing a skill called Nollie, which I'll talk about when I get there. That has a bit more to do with the abdominal control stuff. What I really like about the stomach vacuum is that in actually using your abdominal muscles more, you like kind of regain some sort of like if this makes any sense, like a genetic body composition. It's actually the movement of the abdominal muscle, the movement of it, not flexing it, but actually the stretching of this muscle that like makes it more, how can I say, defined or detailed, developed would be a good word. You see this very rarely, very, very, very rarely. The only person I could think of off the top of my head is Greg Plitt. Rest in peace. Greg Plitt had the craziest lower abs like ever. And, you know, I don't know if he was doing this stuff, but I know it sure helped me. Doing the stomach vacuum gave me some control back over the way my abs looked, and they just weren't really as sideways and stuff as they sometimes look like they are. You know, they weren't as like separated. They kind of looked more similar. I just had a little more control over them. Now here I'm going to demonstrate Nollie. This is the basically activation of the abdominal muscles while holding the stomach vacuum. So now I have sucked up like the diaphragm and the skin and the abdomen, and when I flex my abs, I'm pushing them out past the vacuum. So now I'm pushing them out past some resistance. So now we're talking about a form of resistance training using the natural flesh of the body. What's going on here? This is the weirdest thing ever. Stomach vacuums are wild. Like, you can get so much control doing these things. I haven't practiced them in a while, like quite a long time, but just look at this. I'm pushing out my abs through the vacuum. Through the vacuum. There's tension in that skin. Like, I'm sucking that up, you know? And it's not easy because you have to do this while you're asphyxiated. You don't have oxygen. It's actually really hard to practice. It's kind of stressful. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't kept up with it. I'm not like making excuses here. I'm just saying the stomach vacuum is a skill. You got to practice it. You do get better over time. As you could see now, my vacuum's getting pretty solid. I'm even able to perform Nollie. I'm able to not roll it yet, which that's something you can do. But I clearly have much more control. I'm able to hold it for longer. I remember by the end, I was doing about 30 seconds. And that's just after 7 days of training. Now, again, I do have some prior experience, but try it out. Just try out a few sets of this. Sit down in the morning, you know, go to the bathroom, do your business before you have breakfast while you're still fasted, before you've broken your fast. I want you to just take a couple breathers, a couple inhale, exhales, take a deep breath, breathe out. Now, don't breathe in, hold your breath, suck up your belly, stomach vacuum, and just hold it. And even suck in as much as you can, because at the start, there's a lot of intestinal linings and like fat and just things in your body. Like, look at me stretching out there. I'm going to be stretching out quite a bit here because the body is kind of just like filled with all this stuff. And this stuff gets stuck to itself like glue, fat and all these different like just materials in the body, residues. I don't know what's going on in your body. Might be filled with all sorts of toxins and sludge, and you want to move that stuff around. You want to get it out. So the stomach vacuum actually, through activating the abdominal muscles in this way, this weird way, you're actually moving parts of the body that they just don't normally get moved or utilized or stretched or put through that range of motion. And I really love the stomach vacuum. It strengthens your diaphragm. It's great, like if you do breath work, implement this thing. Like bodybuilding uses it. It's a really cool skill, and it's just not talked about that much. I want to see more people talking about stomach vacuums. I really should be practicing it myself quite a bit more. Thank you for watching. This has been a bit of a long one, just talking about stomach vacuums. There's another attempt at nollie. As you can see, my abs are not, the best. My rib cage even is like a bit uneven, asymmetrical, but I've worked through it. I've gotten over it. I can recognize it and still see that, I'm just another person. And wow, check out that striated shoulder. Look at that. Click that link below to work one-on-one with me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll leave it at that.